regularly scheduled meeting of the South Haven City Council for Monday, April the 13th, 2020. If you're at City Hall, we are not there. This is a first ever remote City Council meeting. So at this time, I will call the meeting to order. We're going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance. So we're going to test our group work here and start with the Pledge of Allegiance. So let's give it a go. If we'll all please rise and over heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everybody. Roll call, Travis.
Jeff Arnold.
I'm here.
Chris Campbell.
Here.
Joe Reeser.
Here.
Steve Schlock.
Here.
George Sleeper.
Here.
Letitia Wilkins.
Here.
Scott Smith.
Here. That will take us to the approval of the agenda.
Arnold, I make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second.
Before we go on, I know there's going to be a request to remove item 8. I don't know if you saw the message from the city manager. So, Mr. Arnold, would you be willing to add the removal of item 8 from your motion?
Yes, I'd like to amend my motion. I'd like to approve the agenda with the removal of new business item 8.
Perfect. Chris, will you second that one?
Steve, second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the agenda with the removal of item 8. And again, everything tonight's going to be a roll call, everybody. So, Travis, roll call.
Arnold.
Yes.
Campbell.
Yes.
Reeser.
Yes.
Schlock.
Yes.
Sleeper.
Yes.
Wilkins.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes. That will take us to the consent agenda items A through F.
This is George Sleeper. I'd like to make a motion to approve the consent agenda items A through F.
This is Steve Slack, and I'll second that.
Thanks, everybody. We have a motion and a second. And Travis, again, roll call.
Campbell.
Yes.
Reeser.
Yes.
Schlock.
Yes.
Sleeper.
Yes.
Wilkins.
Yes.
Arnold.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes. As we go to old business and new business, I would just like to let the public know, if you're listening and when there's opportunity for public comment, there is an opportunity to call in. We will, after we get a motion and a second and the city manager talks, we will then allow for people to call in if there's public comment. So just getting everybody that heads up right now. Next item, City Council will be asked to consider tabling a zoning ordinance amendment related to driveway widths until its May 18th, 2020 meeting.
This is George Sleeper. I make a motion to table the zoning ordinance amendment related to driveway widths until May 18th, 2020 meeting.
This is Steve. I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. So again, if there's any folks from the public with comments, this would be your chance to be calling in. Brian, you just want to give a quick explanation as to why we're waiting?
Members of council, this is Brian Dissett. The reason that we're waiting is to allow the public an opportunity to speak on this issue. Tonight's efforts are to bills approved, get basic. And on the zoning issues, we are going to do our very best to hold off until May so that hopefully at that time the public is allowed to meet face to face with the council.
Very good, thank you. Have we had any public comments on this come in?
Mayor, before we go any further, all right, are making me aware that should the public wish to discuss on this topic, in addition to being able to connect via the city's website, the public can dial 637-0777 should they have any desire to speak directly with the council.
Perfect, thank you. So far, none on this one, though. Do you want to give them another 30 seconds, or shall we go on to the roll call this one and wait for the next one? Go ahead, seems we're not getting any comments. Can Travis, can you go ahead, and we've got a motion, a second. Can you roll call this item?
Mayor, just 1 second and we'll proceed with the. If possible, I would just ask each of you to mute your microphones until you're ready to speak with the group. We're getting a little bit of feedback.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead with the roll call. Reeser,
Yes.
Schlock,
Yes.
Sleeper,
Yes.
Wilkins,
Yes.
Arnold,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Smith.
Yes. Next item, City Council be asked to consider tabling a zoning ordinance amendment related to balconies in the Central Business District until its May the 18th, 2020 meeting.
This is George Sleeper. I'd like to make a motion to consider tabling the zoning ordinance amendment related to balconies in the Central Business District until its May 18th, 2020 meeting.
I second it. This is Joe Reeser.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Again, to the public, if you'd like to call in on this one, this would be the time to do so. Brian, again, just a quick update on why we'll be holding off on this item.
Mr. Mayor, once again, we're just holding this item until the public is able to be present with the city council. That is the only reason to hold off on this action tonight.
Very good. Thank you. That gave the public a little bit of time to call in. I'll wait until we've got a motion and a second. So maybe if Travis, if there's no comment, once you give a couple more seconds, if you'd like to roll call this.
Schlock,
Yes.
Sleeper,
Yes.
Wilkins,
Yes.
Arnold,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Reeser,
Yes.
Smith.
Yes. And then the next item, City Council be asked to consider approval of Resolution 2020-18, which is a resolution providing for the continued basic operations of the city and suspending late fees and shutoffs during this state of emergency.
This is George Sleeper. I'd like to make a motion to approve Resolution 2020-18, a resolution authorizing the continued basic operation of the city and suspending late fees and shutoffs of electric service during the state of emergency.
Chris Campbell, I'll second.
Very good. We have a motion and a second. And again, to the public, if you've got questions about this, this would be the time to call in. Mr. Dissent, could you just update us on what this can allow us to do?
Yeah, so again, the phone number is 637-0777. What this is doing is continuing the city's practice, which is for about a month, we have not been doing any type of utility shutoff. That includes water, sewer, and electric. Sorry about that, folks. For tonight, the City Council is just being asked to take action as it relates to the electric service. The South Haven Area Water Sewer Authority will be meeting later this week to take similar action as it relates to drinking water and sanitary sewer service. This action will align closely with the recommendations from the Governor's Office as well as the Michigan Public Service Commission. Mr. Mayor, does that answer your question?
That is absolutely perfect. Thank you. And we've got a motion and a second. I know we've had a little time for public to call in. So Travis, if you want to either, if there's public comments, we'll forward those through. If not, you can roll call.
Sleeper,
Yes.
Wilkins,
Yes.
Arnold,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Reeser,
Yes.
Schlock,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes. So that now takes us to the time we allow citizens in the audience. No audience today, but if anyone is out there listening, or at least no in-person audience, if anyone's out there listening and would like to call, again, that number, which Brian shared earlier, the 637-0777, please feel free to call in. And we give about 30 seconds or so, and maybe Travis, you just let me know in about another 25 seconds. If we don't have anybody there, we will move on to the Public Work Director's update.
Mr. Mayor, if you can just hold for a few more seconds.
Yep.
Got a little bit of delay, making sure that we don't have any public comments coming in.
Perfect. Nope, take your time.
What is the number again?
637-0777. We are getting one call now, if everyone can hold.
And just as a reminder, before this person comes through, just as that they'll have up to 5 minutes to address their concerns. At the end of that 5 minutes, we will ask them to then cease.
Members of council, just hold a couple of more seconds here.
Mr. Mayor, there's no public comment.
Sorry, technology. That takes us to Mr. Bill Hunter, Public Works Director update.
Thank you, Your Honor, City Council. I wanted to spend a little time actually on what is a Cape Seal. Just earlier in our meeting, we just approved actually a treatment for some roads, and it's a Cape Seal that we're doing. One of the roads is Monroe Boulevard, Erie to Aylworth, and then Broadway, Dykeman to Phoenix. And I just wanted to make sure everybody's aware of Cape Seals and chip seals. They sound the same, but they're different. Everybody remembers Blue Star Highway. They did a chip seal this summer. Wasn't very popular. The county did it. Chip seals are similar to Cape Seals. They'll add like a little emulsifier down, and then, for example, with a chip seal, they'll add the emulsifier down in chips and just leave the chips. What happened to Blue Star, they did what was called a fog afterwards, or a mist. They just mist just to tighten up the stones in there, and that's it. What we're proposing is a Cape Seal, which is similar to that. Same thing with addition to, we don't use a fog on the top. We use, it's a slurry that goes right on the top of it. And the slurry actually binds it and smooths it out better. So when you're done, and you can see from the memo of the side by side comparing a chip seal to a Cape Seal, they are totally different. We need to start doing more and more of these kind of projects, as Mike stated in his staff report. And reason being is we need to extend the life out of our roads. Roads are rated 1 to 10, and we need to get that to like a 5 or a 6. And the only way to doing it is doing preventive maintenance like this as a Cape Seal. If we decided at one point or another that this wouldn't work, our end result would probably be just we'd only be able to do resurfacing, which would be very expensive. So I'm here to answer any questions that City Council may have on Cape Seals.
Bill, this is Scott. I will just say that maintenance of the existing roads is extremely important, and obviously we want to maintain what we've already invested in to make sure our investment lasts a long time. So you have my full support, and I think we should be looking to do as much preventive maintenance work as possible.
Okay. Another thing to just remember, for example, the Blue Star Highway, the stones just stayed there. What's going to be different from a Cape Seal is that the stones, once they put the stones on the emulsifier and roll it, they pick up the loose stones which are in the gutter pan. So you're not going to have that, and traffic is only going to be on there for about 4 days, and then they put the emulsifier over, so it's not going to be as long as it was with Blue Star.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, there were a lot of upset people with Blue Star.
Yes, yes, there was.
All right.
That's it. That's all I got.
Okay, very good. Thanks, Bill. Appreciate it. Thank you for all you're doing right now. I know you are extremely busy, which takes us to our city manager comments. Mr. Brian Bissett, who's also remarkably busy right now.
Mr. Mayor, members of council, first, I just want to say that these are very unique and challenging times. The city staff continues to come to work on a daily basis. We are viewing what we do as under the essential services category provided by the governor's office. We are making every effort to keep our workers safe, to keep the public safe, and we are focused on providing continued sanitation of the city. Our focus right now is ensuring that our first responders from the police department, from South Haven Area Emergency Services, are available for weeks and months to come if the pandemic continues. Our job is to have staff available to respond to emergencies. On the other side of the house is the public works side, and that's our focus right now is on maintenance. It is on providing water, sanitary services, and also electric service. Each day, our staff is connecting early in the morning via web check-ins, and the thing that we're preaching is what I call the 3 Ps. It's patience, it's positivity, and it's productivity. I would stress to the council as well as the public, if you need help with something, reach out to us. We may not be able to respond as quickly as we have in the past, but we will absolutely work to address your concerns. Tonight, the council approved some important work that includes streets maintenance. It also includes maintenance for the Vascular Bridge. We are proceeding with making those improvements to the bridge to ensure that that service will continue during the upcoming summer season. The council will be meeting again next week in this same model. Tonight really was a test run. Next week, starting at 5 p.m., the council will be reviewing the upcoming fiscal year budget. And following that, we will have the regular meeting. So if any council member is having any concerns with this way of meeting, please let me know. We'll do everything we can to work with you to improve the format. And to the public, this is something that is brand new to us. So if you're seeing something that we can improve on, please let us know. Now, with that said, the team at City Hall, the team at Public Works, the team at Police and Fire are the people that really deserve a pat on the back. They've been coming in every single day. These are scary times, and they're coming in, they're doing their job, and they're trying their very best to make this town as good, as safe a place as possible to ride out the public health crisis. Mr. Mayor, those are my comments. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Brian. And again, thank you for everything you're doing, which takes us to councilperson comments. So I would say to my right, I know, Joe, I think you're still to my right, theoretically. How about we start with Mr. Reeser? Any comments?
Joe, you're on mute.
Sorry. I know it's on everyone's minds, this whole coronavirus issue. For all of us, it's scary, it's sad, it's depressing, and it's upsetting everyone's lives. I always try to look for something positive. And what I'm finding is many of us are reaching out more than ever to our friends, our family, our loved ones, our neighbors, whether it be on the phone or waving down the street to someone. I find myself calling people that live alone because they need the help, and you never know what's going on in their lives. Letitia said about 6 months ago that this is a caring community, and I think some of the caring is obvious in this town. It's wonderful. We have police, we have the doctors, all the nurses, all the caregivers, and a couple of the restaurants in town have prepared food and then have given it out to people that are needy. I just find more and more people are finding ways to help each other, and I'm trying to find some unique ways myself. So thank you, South Haven, and the people in the town for trying to help each other. We'll get through this thing. Thanks.
Thanks, Joe. How about, let's go with Mr. George Sleeper.
All right, I just want to thank the city staff for all the work that they've been doing. And as Brian said, patience is the key. We're in an area that we really don't have any experience on. We don't really have a playbook to draw from. So even though people may not like what decisions are being made at whatever level of government they may have an issue with, that everyone's trying to do things in the best interest of the public. So please try to keep that in mind. And as Brian said, have patience with us, and we'll get through this. Thank you.
Thanks, George. How about Mr. Campbell?
Yeah, I want to just remind all the small businesses out there, don't be afraid to look up help. This is a very, very hard time for businesses. Our downtown gets ready this time of year, so this is something a lot of us feel, but not just downtown, all of our business surrounding areas. The Chamber of Commerce's website, they've been putting up information constantly. That at least will help you find some help out there. Their website is www.southhavenmi.com. I recommend small businesses, please go out there, look it up. There's multiple grants, there's multiple loans out there. This is not the time to not reach out. You know, we're all going through a tough time. Reach out, get help. Okay. I also want to thank my wife for putting up with me during this. She sees me a lot right now. So I definitely need to thank her. And that's it.
Very good. I like your background noise, by the way. It's good stuff. Excellent. Let's go ahead and how about Mr. Arnold?
My comment this evening, I wanted to just give a shout out to South Haven Public Schools and specifically the Food Services Department. A lot of attention is well-deserved attention for the nurses and the first responders, but I was able to volunteer today with the Food Services Department, and it's a Swiss watch the way they're running, and they're getting food out to the families in our community that need it. South Haven Public Schools, the kids get to eat free breakfast and lunch, and they're keeping it going even though our schools aren't open. Real big shout out to them for coming in and working and doing a real good job. Also, I just saw something I don't have all the facts, but I saw that the Do It Corporation has found a way to change what they're doing, and they're creating some face shields, some PPE for people. So it's just nice, you know, Mr. Campbell was talking about our local businesses. It's good to see our local businesses are chipping in to help with this crisis. And those are all my comments.
Thank you, Jeff. Mr. Steve Schlock.
I think everyone else said it pretty well. I think one thing that hasn't been mentioned yet maybe is the hiring or the advancement of Mr. Hintz for our chief for Shays, and so I can give my congratulations to him. Also like to thank city staff, Brian Dissett, Natalie Thompson and her department for everything they do as well. Everybody stay home, stay safe, and we'll get through this as soon as possible. That's all I have. Thank you.
Well stated. Thank you. And last but not least, Ms. Wilkins.
I just want us to remember those who are out on the forefront, such as healthcare workers, the nurses and doctors. I have a brother who's a nurse who's out there in the forefront. So we can just remember to say a little prayer for those people. And also just to remind us, so please remember, just because of slowing down, that we need to remain, safe. Those are my comments.
Very good. Thanks, Letitia. All right. Well, I think I got everybody right. Everyone's covered. I want to make sure I missed anybody. I just want to again thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank the council for their patience. Just as a reminder, we met tonight because we all had spring break last week, but unfortunately none of us got spring break last week. Special thanks to Travis, Phil, and Jared for getting this meeting set up. It is no small feat, and I greatly appreciate it. If it had been left to me, we would all be passing notes back and forth, so I appreciate their technical expertise. I do look forward to meeting face-to-face as soon as possible. To the community, again, as has been stated, thank you for your generosity, for your creativity, for all that you're doing. We are in this together, and we will get through this together. It's essential. Follow what the CDC is saying, maintain social distancing, wash your hands frequently, cover coughs, avoid touching your eyes, nose, mouth, and with unwashed hands. As was stated earlier, the city's doing our best to interpret and follow directions of the president, the governor, and top medical experts. We all want to open up as soon as we can, but we must wait for signals from Washington and from Lansing. We are going to get the town ready for a busy summer. The minute we get the okay, as we saw a minute ago, we just approved The Bassfield Bridge getting repaired, get that electrical work done so we can get that operational. That's been a big concern. Please, continue to support the community. You've seen some of the suggestions out there. Take out meals and drinks from local establishments, purchase gift cards, make lodging reservations from local facilities, choose local products when you can. Because I was kind of looking through some fun quotes. One of my favorites for this would be something from Mr. Rogers. And he'd mentioned when I was a boy, I would see scary things in the news and my mother would say to me, look for the helpers. You will always find people who are helping. And I really would like to call out one group of such helpers, and that's the Marcoux family. They own, we all know, Cafe Julia, Phoenix Street, and Kitchen 527. To Jay, Julia, Jim, and Paula, I would say thank you. They have provided hundreds of meals, over 2,500 to date. And their restaurants have been, greatly impacted by this, but they're still out there making great food. So again, to the Marcoux, we say thank you. And there are so many others. I mentioned, Brian just said I can't thank him enough. He's busy on a regular day. This just multiplied his workload by a bunch. Our first responders, our police chief, Thompson, I know she's been working around the clock. Our fire chief, Ron Wise, who almost got retired. DPW Director Bill Hunter, again, thanks for your work. The IT staff. So if you're not aware of it, the IT staff is not only helping pull off this, but they're helping our school district. They've helped with other local governments to help pull off these remote meetings, which again is not an easy task. Our healthcare providers, Jeff again mentioned the South Haven Public Schools Food Services people, thank you. That reminded me too, Vibroacoustic donated 1,000 masks they got from one of their suppliers, which was great for our local healthcare people and some of our first responders. To our teachers who are having to come up with some brand new ways to work, I commend you. To our high school seniors, we're thinking of you. We know you missed out on a ton, and I hope that we can have a very appropriate send-off when this is all over. So with that, there's one other opportunity I want to let everybody know about, which one chance for us all to participate. I just talked to Rosalie Picotti earlier. Her, along with Erica Morrison from the Executive Director of WeCare, they're going to coordinate a citywide collection of personal care items. These are items, they're everyday items, not covered by, usually they aren't covered by cash assistance, and folks end up buying these expenditures out of their personal budgets, and many people are having challenges right now, as you know. So our plan is on Friday, May the 1st, which is May Day. The following personal care items they will be collecting: laundry detergent, the more ounces the better, cleaning supplies and bleach, deodorant and shampoo. The idea is we're going to stick to just these items for this particular drive. Other items, there will be opportunities later to donate, and all donations are appreciated. The volunteers, the plan, and we'll get you more information out there on the website. Volunteers will be picking up these items from the residents' front steps. Just make them visible. We're working on a plan, maybe have people put a ribbon or a bow on there, and they'll be picking them up starting at 12 noon. So it's a good chance to get involved and help out with some cleaning supplies and personal care items. So again, that'll be coming up May 1st, a chance for all of us to help out and get involved. So with that, I think that takes us to the end of our meeting, unless someone else comes up with something else. If not, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. We'll be back here again next Monday, the 20th, as Mr. Doucette mentioned. So if there's no other business, I'll look for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to adjourn. Let's roll call it one more time.
Wilkins,
Yes.
Arnold,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Reeser,
Yes.
Schlott,
Yes.
Sleeper,
Yes.
Smith.
Yes, and again, thanks to everybody who helped make the meeting possible, and thanks for everybody for tuning in. Have a wonderful rest of your evening.